Hey guys, it's David, and today I'm going to be drawing the Animaniacs!
You're watching David and Seth the Bros.
Hey guys, it's David, and today we're back in another video! And I'm going to be drawing the Animaniacs! Ready? Let's get started! First of all, get something to use that's colorful. I got Sharpie and markers. Now, we're going to start. But I'm going to start off with Wakko first. There are the eyes. Now we're gonna work on his nose. There we go. We're gonna work on his smile. We're gonna add a tongue. I gotta add more to his mouth. There we go. Now we're gonna color in his inside of his mouth. And now we're gonna color in his tongue, which I don't have a pink color, so I try to use orange, which was not the best decision, but it wasn't the worst. But either way, let's go. Alright. Now we're gonna move on to more parts of his head. Alright guys, now we're gonna move on to his hat. After I finish working on this mouth because it doesn't really look. There we go. Now we wait. Now, like I said, we're gonna work on the hat. Alright, so I finished doing his ear. Now that's one of them. So you guys can copy that. Well, while you guys are copying that, I'm going to start shading in his hat. Alright, just a little bit more shading in the hat, and then we'll be moving on. Yeah, time to move on to more of his hat. Alright, now I'm going to start drawing in his hat. Alright, now we're going on to his other ear. Then we're going to start working on his body after that. Alright, now we're going to move on to his jacket. Which we're going to need a blue marker for. And blue color pencil or blue crayon. Whatever you're using, it has to be blue at least. Even cyan will work. Let me do some adjustments to make sure that it's not confusing. Now we're gonna start making his body. Now we're gonna color in his body. That's his body. Now we're gonna color it. We're also gonna color that in too. Now we're gonna work on his legs, and then after his legs will be all finished. There we go, guys. Now we're gonna work on his hands, which is the last part. Alright guys, if you're wondering why I didn't keep some of the parts of his body, like his tail and his foot, it's because I'm going to work on the other two characters. Speaking of the other two characters, I'm going to start working on Dot. After I do that. And yeah, now it's time to work on Dot. He's going to look way different from Wakko. So just to tell you guys, alright guys, that's Dot so far that I've done. Now we're gonna work on the sunflower on her head. This is one of the 2 times we're gonna use yellow, because we're not really gonna use yellow that much. Lighter than the rest of the colors, like green. Alright guys, now it's time to work on her ears. Alright, now it's time to do this part. Then we'll start shading inside her whatchamacallit, her sunflower. Or flower, if you prefer to be original. Now it's time to do the flower. Now it's time to work on the other side of Dot's face. It's gonna be smaller because she's gonna be running. And last but not least, time to shade in her face. Actually, it's time to use something bigger. A black marker. And now it's time to work on Dot's body. Now we're going to work on Dot's hands. Alright guys, slowing down a little bit. Dot's other hand's gonna kind of go in with inside of her hair. Yeah, it's kind of hard to see it because they're both black colored. I'm gonna have to do adjustments to Wakko's hat because it has some black on it. Yeah, okay. Now we're moving on to Dot's glove, because we can only draw one. right now. Now it's time to work on her dress. Since I don't have pink, I'm going to use purple. Now we're going to work on Dot's legs, which I didn't really do well, but it'll do. If you have something that you can darken her legs with, because I can see the line between her legs, because I'm drawing the picture, but you guys might not be able to see it. So I'm just trying to darken it as hard as I can. Nope, no luck. Well, anyways, time to move on to her tail. The weird part is Wakko's tail is like Dot's other leg. Last but not least is Yakko. Yakko's the oldest character out of the three. Alright, now it's time to move on to his nose and his mouth. After I can do the nose, that is. Alright guys, now I'm gonna work on his mouth. Alright, now it's time to work on, yeah, we're still working. We are on his rest of his face now. Now it's time to draw his ears. Oh, and by the way, I should add more yellow to this thing. That's the Warner Tower. We're gonna sort of try a way to like look like it's open. And now it looks like it's open. We're gonna make it open, but now we're gonna start drawing inside of Yakko before we get to that part. I'm gonna try doing the, yeah, that works. So you guys can still see Yakko's ears. I put some sort of like white highlight to look like zoom like that. If you guys can see the highlight. Now we're gonna work on the rest of Yakko's body, starting with the ears. Starting with his hands. Alright, it kind of butts in with Dot's ear, but we're gonna try changing that factor, or fact. Alright, now we're gonna do his other hand. Now we're gonna try seeing if we can put his pants on this thing, which is gonna be orange. Actually, it's gonna be brown. Alright guys, I just finished Yakko's pants. And also I did his tail, which isn't that far. You can sort of see it if you take my advice. Now it's it's time to try to make the Warner Tower look like it's a real Warner Tower. Alright, so now we're gonna put it on the ground, which is where the Animaniacs are. We're gonna try our best, and yes, there's actually more yellow in this video. Glad you noticed. Alright guys, wait, okay, I'm not actually finished yet. Now we're gonna color in the grass. Alright, now we gotta try to see if we can work on Yakko's feet. Yakko. I get those two mixed up because they both have Akko in them. But it's just Y and W, that's the difference in their names. I can actually see his other foot instead of Dot's tail, which is a good sign. And I'm gonna write something to make it look like it's actually real. And like they just didn't come out for fun. Because they always do that in every episode. Alright, I'm gonna try making the sky. Because I have to write words, so I'm only gonna do a little bit of sky anyways. And also, Wakko has me regretting doing this because he has a blue jacket. And if you have cyan and your blue is like literally dark, I'm really happy for you. Because I said cyan or blue, like any kind of blue, even if it's dark. Now I'm gonna write the things. Now you guys can't really see that, but we're gonna zoom in anyways. Then I'm gonna write another thing. I'm gonna see if I haven't used the coloring. I think I've used all the colors. Yeah. Now we're just gonna use a color that's real dark for you guys to see. If you don't know what Animaniacs is, go watch it on YouTube, or you can watch the actual show on Hulu. Sort of moving so I can do some parts. You guys don't have to do what I'm doing right now because I'm gonna sort of rush it. But if you do, then you can pause the video at like the end to see it. But then I'm gonna do another thing at the end. Alright, we have finished drawing our Animaniacs drawing. And if you guys made it to this point of the video, I'm gonna show you another Animaniacs drawing I have. Alright guys, here it is. This is what my other Animaniacs drawing is. To me it looks more clear and like better. But you guys comment on our Instagram to see which one of these drawings is better, because I think this one's better. Just saying, looking at the drawing is a really massive difference. Yeah, Wakko is extremely different. He looks extremely different. Draw looks literally different. And Yakko looks different because I literally took my time. But no matter, now it's time for the thing I do in every drawing videos from now on, in my opinion. Make sure to subscribe, like, enjoy the video. 3 rules you should do in every video. Bye!